Hey, what's up guys, and welcome to the video. Today's vehicle is a 2015 3/4 ton Chevrolet Silverado, and it is an absolute mess. So with this truck being used for work, the owner doesn't have it cleaned very often, and it sees a lot of gravel roads. So there's a pile of dirt caked on in the fender wells, and the wheels, the mud flaps, and running boards are filthy too. Moving to the inside, and it's very clear this truck has been neglected for quite a while. But, I mean, that's going to happen with a work truck. So besides the layer of dirt and dust coating every surface in here, and looking past all the junk in the back here, it's clear these carpets are filthy. So I'm gonna have to see what I can do about getting Mike out here to help me. But before we jump into things, take a quick second and subscribe to the channel and turn the bell on so you guys don't miss when these videos go live. All right, so you guys can see I've got some serious work ahead of me with this truck. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright guys, so as I start to spray this truck off, I just wanted to welcome you again to the video. And for those of you who are new to the channel, thanks for stopping by. I know you guys are going to enjoy this one because the trucks I get in are almost always a mess, and this one is certainly no different. So of course, with this truck being a Silverado, it's got carpeted wheel well liners, which means they are completely saturated with dirt, and it takes a fair bit of time to get them sprayed out and clean. But even though I dread having to spray these out, it really is incredibly satisfying getting to see all of that mud just wash away. So not something I usually have to do, but there was mounds of dirt and rocks in the box of this truck. So I swept up everything I could and then made sure to get it sprayed out as best as I could despite that toolbox being in the way. And now if you guys are interested in seeing sneak peeks of upcoming videos or behind the scenes stuff, give me a follow over on Instagram as I'm pretty active on there, and that's definitely the best place to stay updated on what's going on. And if you've ever wondered how to get your hands on a Detail Geek shirt or bunny hug, I've got a few items up and we'll have more soon, so feel free to check out the links right below this video. Now it's time to tackle these dirty wheels. So after spraying on some wheel and tire cleaner, I'll use a variety of brushes to make sure the entire wheel, but the barrels and lug nuts especially, are cleaned really well. So here I'm just using the pressure washer to spray down the door jambs and get the majority of the dirt out of them. And obviously it's really important to be careful with the wand so you avoid any back spray into the truck, but it is a really effective way to get them clean. So starting on washing the truck, and I've been wondering what all of you guys do for a living. Now obviously we all have a common shared interest in detailing, but I'm curious, what do you all do for work? Or maybe you guys happen to be full-time detailers, so let me know down in the comments what line of work you guys are in. Alright, so now I'll let the truck drip dry for a couple minutes in the garage, and then I'll first spray off these filthy floor mats, and then use some all-purpose cleaner diluted 4:1 and a soft brush to get them nice and clean. Well, as you can see, I managed to get Mike off his lazy butt and out here to help me, and he almost wasn't going to because the last video didn't get quite enough likes, but I convinced him by telling him that you would all say hi to him down in the comments because I know that he loves to read them all. Okay guys, time to start removing the ungodly amount of stuff from inside this truck, and it never ceases to amaze me at how much stuff people will leave in their vehicles when they drop it off. This truck definitely now holds the record for having the most. Okay, so I got it all laid out here, and as you can see, there is a ton of stuff, but I have to say I have never pulled deodorant from a vehicle before, nor have I seen this many pens and pencils. I mean, what do you do with all those? And the roll of toilet paper is definitely right up there on the list of odd things. I mean, talk about being prepared. Alright, so looking at these carpets in the back here, and even before vacuuming, it's clear they're pretty dirty and stained, so I will definitely be pulling the extractor out for this one. So underneath the car seat base, there was all this dried white stuff on the seat, and I'm not too sure what it would have been, but thankfully it didn't seem to be any sort of dairy product because it didn't smell. So for now, I'll just vacuum up what I can and worry about cleaning it when I do the rest of the seats. Now up here in the driver's footwell, there was a ton of like super embedded dirt in the carpet. So the drill brush works really, really well for getting it loosened and up to the surface to be vacuumed away. So as I was vacuuming by the footrest, I couldn't quite get the nozzle in between it and the trim beside. So I decided to just quickly remove the piece, which also let me get all the dirt that was trapped directly underneath it. And surprisingly, there was a fair bit. Alright, so moving on to these dirty carpets, and using my pump sprayer, I'll spray on a fair bit of carpet solution, making sure to get good coverage of the area, and then I'll use the drill brush to agitate and help get any trapped dirt loosened up, so the extractor is able to suck it up. Now the one tip I have when using the extractor is if you're pre-treating the area like I do, then you're going to want to use straight hot water in the machine. That way after you've made a couple passes, you can continue to spray on hot water, which will further dilute the remaining solution and ensure that you've got it all sucked up. So basically, if your water isn't coming out clear, then keep making passes until it does. First dirty water pour, and man, that water is so gross. So for any of you who are newer to the channel or haven't seen the Extractor in action before, the machine I'm using is a Bissell Spot Clean Professional that I got off Amazon for around $185 Canadian, and this thing does an incredible job for that price point. Sure, I mean, I could have bought a far more expensive Extractor, but I really wanted to keep things relatable for you guys so you can see an affordable unit in action and see up close just how good of a job it can do. I've used this machine many times now and have absolutely no complaints about it. Now, if any of you guys have been thinking about upping your carpet game, then I highly recommend this unit. I've got a link to it in the description, so feel free to check it out. Also, if you guys enjoy seeing the Extractor in action, give this video a big thumbs up. So I figured I would pull out a tool you don't see me use very often, and that's my steamer. So after spraying some APC on the pedals, I hit it with the steamer, which makes super quick work of the dirt that's trapped in there. The link is in the description for this, along with nearly every other product and tool I use if you guys are interested. Turning to the interior trim now, and since every square inch is covered in dirt and dust, I'm using some APC diluted 10:1 and spraying it on a slightly damp microfiber towel and cleaning every surface, always keeping a detail brush handy in case you need to get down into a crevice with it, or if there's any dirt trapped in the speaker grill, it works really well to get that out. Okay, now turning back to that mysterious spill on the back seat, I'm just wiping up what I can with a damp microfiber towel, and then I'll use the leather cleaner and my horsehair brush to really get down into the seams to get that seat nice and clean. Alright, so as I started on applying Aerospace 303, kind of felt like I was running behind schedule a bit, so I went inside to ask Mike if he would come back and, give me a hand. And surprisingly, he actually said yes. And if you guys are curious as to what he was doing for the last couple hours, I guess he saw the comments from a couple videos ago about him eating all kinds of bread. So he was busy laughing his butt off. He said it was the funniest thing he's seen and was pretty happy that so many of you had mentioned him in the comments. Well, I guess Mike bailed on me, which is fine because, I mean, we're almost done and I only have one polisher. So I'm applying a Meguiar's synthetic sealant, which allows me the opportunity to do the whole vehicle and then come back in about 15 to 20 minutes and remove it. So I really enjoy that aspect of it, but it also lasts around 6 months and adds a ton of gloss to the paint. Last up before we call this truck finished is to dress the tires, and for that I'm using CarPro Pearl diluted 2:1, which leaves them with a matte black finish when it dries.
Moyo está calor.
Alright guys, and 10 hours later I am done with this truck. Man, it looks so good. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. And for those of you who are still watching, go ahead and comment hashtag Mike drinks juice. Yeah, don't ask me why. Hashtag Mike drinks juice. Thank you guys again for watching. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you don't miss any of my future videos. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.